You know, so at around 4:30 in the morning, Sunday morning, I'm finally released. They impounded my bicycle, which I'm not able to pick up until Monday. You know, so I have to walk like 40-something blocks all the way back home because the buses aren't running yet. I was supposed to have been at work at 11 o'clock Saturday night, and I'm finally allowed to, when I'm in the Eastern Police Station precinct, I'm finally allowed to call my job, and this is like at 11:30. You know, they've left me messages. You know, and I'm finally able to call them back and tell them briefly what happened. Monday I go up and I pick up my bicycle and some other belongings, because they say it's too big to like keep at the jail. Then I go to court, and that's where I found out that the 2 charges against me were dropped. Both of them were dropped. The resisting arrest thing was definitely something that I would have gone to court for in a heartbeat.
To try to have your day in court and say what really happened, right?
Yeah.
But you're not getting that.
Well, I'm glad that they were dropped. It means that at this point in time, at least, I'm not facing any criminal charges.
That's true.
You know, so I'm glad I don't have to go to court at a later time, you know, for that right there. You know.
Are these dropped in the same way that they can bring them up at any time they want later, at some later time? Is that kind of a drop?
Because what they do is they give you you get like a sheet of paper, you know, that states that at this point in time, you know, you're not facing any criminal charges, but that doesn't mean that they can't be refiled at a later date.
Sure. Okay.
You know. And that's really more of an intimidation tactic, you know. There was, because something similar had happened to another person in this neighborhood, like a couple of nights later, you know, like around Monday night or something. And I know this is off the subject, but just to put things into a bit of perspective and as to how law and order is done here in Portland. An individual was riding his bicycle around Monday night sometime. Same
neighborhood, right?
Yeah, like 20 or so blocks down the street from where I live, and he apparently didn't have a light on his bicycle, so the police chased him down and they tackled him and threw him against the wall, and they tasered him like 3 times at least.
Jeez.
And from my understanding I was tasered at point blank, but he was tasered in a way where the wires shoot out and there are these fish hooks that stick in you. You know, the paramedics had to pull the fish hooks out of the guy. And this all because he didn't have like a light on his bicycle.
You didn't get the fish hook thing, did you?
No,
you got the other style.
Yeah, just point blank, because they were right on top of me. And see, that same guy, he faced like a resisting arrest charge, which to my understanding was later dismissed as well. You know, so that's what the police do a lot here in this town.
It's looking like that, huh? Yeah. And that's why I find your story kind of interesting too, just of what happened to you and the blatant use of just using a taser on somebody. And this is another case of it. You know, it's been happening more than a few times. You know.
So the point I'm at now is I lost my job. You know, because I didn't show up that night. You know, because I couldn't make it. So I'm currently unemployed, looking for work, and I've spoken to a lawyer. And he asked me a few questions. He wanted to know if I could get the police report, and if I could, then to call him back. So I sent off for that. It's available through mail only. So
through mail only. Huh.
Yeah, it's $10. So, but I did that. Good. So I'm waiting on that to come back in.
That'll be real interesting to see how that compares with your story and your version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also I was also contacted because I posted what happened to me and on Portland Indie Media .org, and that's where a lot of people they went and they read that and found out about it.
That's where I found it from.
I was contacted by a person from Channel 8 News, and asked if, because apparently they read it on there, and I was asked if I wanted to do like a little interview or something, so I did, and I went. And so I went and I met up with him and a cameraman in front of the courthouse downtown.
I see.
And I told them about the whole thing, you know. I have no idea whether or not it ever aired on TV. I don't have a TV. You know, I have internet. I hate TV. But that's another thing I did. I talked with a few other people, including a representative from Portland Cop Watch, which is a local advocacy group, that they're basically a watchdog group, for the police.
You let them know about it.
Yeah, and he gave me some good advice, and just talking with friends and stuff.